welcome once again to another episode of our Facebook Live. And if this is our first time, or if this is your first time tuning in, I'm Nurse Elaine or Elaine Alberto, a registered nurse for over 3 decades. And I am so excited because tonight I am joined by this phenomenal woman who are partners and doing amazing, amazing things in this business. So tonight, I just wanted to we because this particular we're going to deep dive into this topic that is close to home, and together with this phenomenal woman, I'm just gonna have you ladies introduce yourself so that you can talk more about who you are, so that our people, our viewers can will know who are these phenomenal women that are joining me tonight. So let's
Wonderful.
start with Megan. Okay.
Sure. So my name is Megan O'Brien. I'm an exercise physiologist and spent about 10 years as the director of cardiac rehab at a hospital. Worked with cardiac patients for a very long time and got to see, people struggling with their cardiovascular health and what happens when you leave things unchecked for a little bit too long or don't know how to really truly, be preventative. So, that led me into a place where I really wanted to help people avoid coming into the hospital and having bypass surgery or having stents placed. And so that's what led me here so that I could start educating and really sharing some alternate ways to do that.
And how about you, Claire? Claire's just recently also a registered nurse and recently joined us. So, Claire, why don't you introduce yourself more?
Hi, my name is Claire Katanawan Alunan. I'm a registered nurse and I work in acute dialysis. And I've seen a lot of patients suffering with end stage renal disease, and I have to take care of them, giving them their dialysis treatments. And I can just see their sufferings. I can just empathize with them. But I joined this company because I see the potential that patients can learn how to um, get rid of their uh, inflammation by following the protocols.
And we have another like special guest tonight. That's the living proof of this business and the product, Amarie Whetten.
Hello, so great to talk to you. Thank you so much for having me on. And I'm not a nurse, but I do know that I work with so many nurses that have been wanting to reach out and help people. I have been doing this business for about 2.5 years. My background is actually in chemical engineering. I worked in corporate America for about 27 years. And a nurse, diabetes educator, actually introduced this to my husband. She had found it on TikTok. Someone reached out to her from TikTok. And when I met her, she's been doing this for 3 weeks. She'd been using the system for 3 weeks and got rid of her belly fat and lost 6 pounds, which was enough evidence for my husband to jump in. He had incredible results, melted away. And when I found out more about what this was, I jumped in. In 9 months, I replaced my corporate income and which I was making about $250,000. Replaced my take-home pay. I resigned from work, which felt kind of surreal when I did it. And since then, it's been 1.5 years since I was in corporate America. I've doubled my income doing this business, and I work more like 30 hours a week instead of the 60 hours a week that I used to be doing. And I have complete flexibility and ownership of my life.
Wow, that's truly amazing, and our goal is to be like you, Amarie. Yeah. So, for all of our nurses out there, our colleagues, I know that burnout is real because nowadays being at the bedside is really truly different, right?
Mhm.
And you're still there. Your passion to help people is there, right? You love helping people, but you feel exhausted, underappreciated, or like there's more that you meant to do, right? So there's we are asking and we are inviting you because we need the nurses healing touch beyond the bedside.
Mhm.
This is truly the one thing that will, if this is your purpose. So that's what I just wanted to share my journey so far with this. I'm just starting with this, but the reason why I got into this is because it hits home. Diabetes, blood pressure, high blood pressure, heart problems, and a lot of inflammation, which is very, very typical for all of us. And I wanted to help, and I wanted to share this product that it's all natural, that can help improve these symptoms that a lot of people are experiencing. And I even, like, each client that I encounter, at the spa, they all have that trifecta of symptoms that they are, that the reason why they're coming in is because they want that. So I wanted to, that's my passion, not only to make the person be beautiful on the outside, but on the inside as well. Because, you gotta cleanse the inside so that it will show and radiate on the outside, right? So that's why it's really very, very helpful for me. And since I started using the product, I cannot tell you, I said, when they asked me, is there a side effect? Yeah, lose weight. Right. So because with this protocol, I lost a total of 18 pounds, and my husband's cholesterol went down, and I have a client that the A1C dropped from 10.7 to 7.7, and then another client who lost 20 pounds and 22 inches. So it's like there's so many benefits of these products that are real. So there's so many things that out there, but you don't know if it's real. I'm a very skeptical person. That's why at first, before I even join in, before I even like start sharing it to all of my clients, I tried it myself. My family tried it, and then I have my clients tried it, and I saw the benefits and the result of the products. That's why I am really now very passionate in advocating and sharing this to a lot of people, and inviting you to join us in this crusade to make like type 2 diabetes reversible. I mean, it can be reversed, right?
Right.
And, Elaine, I think that's why we attract so many nurses into our business. Number one, they're a lot of times overworked. They're working long hours, maybe not the hours that they wanted to even work. And, for many of them, they're not making the difference that they hoped to make when they went to school to become a nurse. They
True.
wanted to, really heal people and fix people. And acutely, of course, they're doing that. But for many of these chronic conditions, the problem is that in mainstream medicine, it's a medicine at the end. It's here's your Band-Aid medication. Good luck. And then you see them again in a couple of weeks. And then you see them again in a couple of months. I saw this in cardiac rehab. We'd send them out the door. They're on their statins and their blood pressure. And I taught them how to do some exercises, but they were back in a couple months because they needed another stent because they really didn't stick to it. And so I think what attracts people to this business is, like Amarie said, the thought of having control over your time and being paid what you deserve or more sometimes, in a business where you can do it on the side for as long as you want and make it your full-time job whenever you decide to do that is really what is attracting people. And the fact that they're actually seeing people have long-term results like A1Cs from the 13s coming down to the 15s. I mean, Amarie's, she'll share her triglyceride cholesterol story is pretty amazing for somebody who looked very healthy to begin with. So we're seeing massive changes that I had never seen when I worked in the hospital. I'd never seen people coming off their statin medications. I never saw people coming off blood pressure medication. If anything, they were getting a higher dose, and let's try this other medication. And now you got a side effect. So let's get you another medication for the side effect. Before you know it, you have a bowl of medications that you've got to keep track of. And so that's, I think, one of the reasons why we have nurses coming on board left and right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think that's a great example when nurses go into it. So many that I talk to, they imagine nursing being helping people and taking care of people, but what they find themselves actually doing is giving out pharmaceuticals and charting on the pharmaceuticals that they gave out. And this just wasn't how they imagined nursing to be. They thought that they were going to help people feel better and, give people comfort, but the comfort is primarily given through chemicals and not through the actual patient care as much. And just they work till burnout. I have a nurse that's on my team that is a wound specialist. And when some things that were just triggers for her was she had a new grandchild and she wanted to go see this grandchild born, and her leave was denied, right? They're like, no, you can't go see your grandchild being born because we don't have enough staff. And that was something that was really a wake-up call for her, where she reached out to me. She'd been on the system, this protocol, about 3 months, had already seen significant results, because you can be unrecognizable in 90 days, as people who are using this are. And she just said, like, this feels like a sign. I need to do something. I can't go see my grandbaby being born because of my job. That doesn't seem like a fair trade. For me, how I saw this product work, my triglycerides dropped from 247 to 86 and then down to 54. And even though I felt like I was eating, clear, I felt like I didn't look different than I look now. I feel like my skin's a lot more clear from the fasting, but I was doing all the things, right? I was working out 5 days a week. I was eating salads. I was really just cognitive, drinking 64 ounces of water every day. I was doing all of the things that I thought that I needed to be doing to maintain health. But my blood work was saying otherwise, right? That one of the high risks of stroke and heart attack, heart disease, is this triglyceride number, right? And that was not sitting well for me.
Exactly. And like right now, I know, Claire, you also know a lot of nurses that are really wanted to do more, but so burnt out because of, the heavy workload, and like it's really affecting their emotional states, and sometimes cannot even, take a time off because is so short at the bedside. And it's just limiting. It's so limiting with the things that they can do for themselves, for their family. So that's why I know a lot of nurses, especially, or medical professionals, they're realizing that they are meant for more than passing pills or chasing symptoms. And they also want to help people heal the root cause and not just the symptoms to survive, right? But they also want the freedom from the burnout, from the financial stress, and from their shifts. So that's why, like, what if I'm talking to my colleagues? So for those of you who are watching, just give us a heart or like this video and share it, so that we can reach a lot of our nurses, or even not nurses, everybody that wants to make a difference in their lives, right? What if you can still make a difference, but in your own terms? And what if you could create an additional revenue stream that aligns with your purpose, right? So I would like to invite Amarie and Megan to speak about the business aspect of this Feel Great system that we are just talking about.
Well, one of the things I love about it is you're a working burnout nurse and you're exhausted and you think, how am I going to make this transition between where I was to where I am? And if someone just has, 5 hours a week to get started, we can show them how to make the most of that time. They can start building a business, a second stream of revenue. Maybe they're completely happy being a nurse and they don't want to leave that profession. They just want to have some additional money for a vacation. We can teach that too. What I found was that this business grew very quickly because of how we utilize social media in order to connect with people. And many times people are going to their doctor, like when they go to their doctor has to tell them about the pharmaceutical to take. And if they ask for a natural alternative, it's not their doctor's fault. Their doctor is not allowed to talk to them about natural alternatives, or if they are, they only have 8 minutes with the doctor, and the doctor's kind of like, okay, I have to get your numbers better fast in order to get paid for our session, in order for our insurance to cover this session, in order for me to get my bonus, I have to talk to you. I have 8 minutes to talk to you, and I'm just going to give you this. I'm just going to write the prescription because that's really all we have time for. And sometimes they don't believe people are going to make the lifestyle changes. So we're providing an avenue for them to go to social media and learn what they're not able to do in that 8-minute section in the doctor's office. And some of that is just some value videos that are, a minute and a half long, explaining to someone how intermittent fasting, how reducing your glucose and insulin levels, a simple thing to do, and adding fiber back into your diet that's been stripped away can transform the issues that you're having. So if the top 10 things that we die from, 7 of them are lifestyle. We can't control if you get in a car accident, but the diabetes, the heart disease, the stroke, the Alzheimer's, those things are lifestyle. We've eaten our way into them mostly without realizing, right? We didn't mean to eat our way into them. And so what we do is we just help people eat their way out of them just by providing some basic education. And you know what? Nurses are the best teachers at this that I've seen, right? It's almost like you learned all of this and you've been waiting for someone to hear your voice, be able to explain all of those things that you learned in your career. But most of the time when you're bedside, the person there is so sick that they're not really, it's not your place to tell them like, hey, if you don't eat that Jell-O, your blood sugar is going to be better. And so meanwhile, a nurse that understands insulin resistance and understand what's going on, they're giving this person more pharmaceuticals, and then they're watching them eat a meal that's, Jell-O and like fruit and dessert and carbs, spaghetti, like all of these things, oatmeal for breakfast, all of the pancakes with maple syrup, right? All of these things that they know that are making these diabetics sicker, and they just kind of have to sit and watch it. So you get to take all those things you're thinking when you're bedside that you wish you could say, and we give you your voice back in this business.
Yeah. And I'll just kind of add on to that. We've got when you deal with as big of a problem as what we're dealing with in just the US, worldwide, we have a massive problem with metabolic issues. Just in the US, we're looking at 90 to 93% of the adult population struggling with poor metabolic health or insulin resistance. People are having symptoms like blood pressure, cholesterol, migraines, weight, fatigue, inflammation, PCOS, erectile dysfunction, the list goes on. People are having all these symptoms, but there's nobody to tell them that's all connected to this root cause. And so when you've got like 350 million people in a population, our goal as a company, our first goal is to just help 1% of those people. If we could just help 1% of those people, the trajectory of the health in the United States would change big time. And, we're already seeing this business has already taken off in the UK and Southeast Asia, and it's just now become available in the US over the last three or so years. We've got the products have been out for a very long time. So there's safety, there's efficacy. They're in the PDR.net. So nurses love that it is in the PDR.net. It's been studied by some of the top places in the country, in the world, the Cleveland Clinic, the University of Sydney, UNLV, Stanford. So you've got some big names behind this. You've got 2 products that one's been around for 30 years. The other has been around for 8 years or so. And so there's safety, there's efficacy, there's no contraindications. And there's a guarantee that this works for 90 days, right? There's no medication that I know of that gives you a guarantee that it's going to work. This company does that and allows people to try it for 90 days. And if they don't see the results they want, they give the money back. And I love that our company right now is offering a trial for people who have diabetes. They can enroll. If you're a new customer with this, you can enroll and get started, get 2 free A1C test kits and some product credits and more. That's a pretty amazing company that's really thinking forward and cares about the health of the US and the world, truly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So for those of you who are watching, if you're interested to participate in the trial that's being conducted by the company right now, just comment trial so we can reach out and guide you on the right direction on how you're going to participate in that. This is only for new clients, so that
they only 7 days left to sign up. So it's
Yeah.
they have only 7 days left. They have to sign up by the end of this month. New customers coming in for the first time, not if you've already used it. We want to get your baseline. They'll get your free A1C test to get your baseline. And then you commit to use it for 90 days. You get store credit in order to cover it. So it's like you get your first month free by the time you do 3 months, which is a great deal. And you get to find out what your A1C measurement is before and after, Elaine. It's very exciting.
That's great. And you know what I love about this is I know we study this and we learn it from in school, Claire, right? About insulin resistance. And now like it's really, coming together, coming back, and now it's like, I love just learning about all these things that are caused by insulin resistance. I know we have studied this before, but now it's like being solidified. It's like, okay, you just need to control or resolve that insulin resistance in order to help, prevent or control those symptoms or diseases that are caused by insulin resistance that Megan just mentioned earlier. Because as we all know, like when we go to the doctor and with one symptom, then we'll go home with one medication. And then you go again for another symptom and you come home with a second medication. So the medication just keeps on and on and on. So you have all these medications that are interacting into your body. What if this particular product, which is all natural, that will help with insulin resistance, which is the root cause of all of this, that will help you in a natural and safest way possible. This is just amazing. I am just really blown away by that every time I talk about the insulin resistance, because it's truly amazing. I've never seen like a product like this. Have you?
I have not either. I've never seen healing like this. Impact that this is doing with people's health. I've never seen it before in my entire 27-year career. Never.
In my 30 plus years in nursing career, I've never seen, unless it's a medical, it's a pharmaceutical product.
With a bunch of side effects, right?
Side effects. There's a lot of side effects, right? And this is the only nutraceutical product that's in the physician desk reference. So my colleagues out there, you can ask the doctor, you can check it out in the physician desk reference about this particular product, so that you can see and you can read for yourself what we're talking about, and if you have any questions, so that you will be able to find out, because there's a lot of studies and research conducted by big universities and hospitals that proves about the benefits of this product. And I like the other research conducted by Dr. Eric Brickman?
Ben Beckman. Yeah, Dr. Ben Beckman at BYU.
About the effect of this product to the GLP-1 hormone. So it's boosted 70%. I've never seen stimulate the GLP-1 hormone 70%. I've read some about 40%, but not 70% with the use of this product on a fasted state, which is pretty amazing. And the GLP-1 hormone, this is the hormone that's produced in our gut that signals our brain and our gut that we're full. So that's why it also helps with craving. So that's why it helps you with weight loss. So it's like, try it for yourself so that you know what we're talking about. Because the minute I try this, it's like, okay, I can no longer finish my food. It's like, it's so filling. So that's why you eat less, right?
Right. You brought up a good point, Elaine. People are looking for a natural alternative that does not have the side effects that the synthetic GLP-1s have. People are looking for a natural alternative for their type 2 diabetes because they are tired of being on the medications. People are looking for alternatives to their statins. People are tired. They're looking to have more energy. They're not sleeping well. They want something to fix that. And the neat thing is when, what we see with this protocol is it helps to manage your glucose and your insulin naturally. That's exactly what feeds in to you becoming insulin resistant. So the more we can manage that, we get you much more closer to an insulin sensitive state. Claire, it looked like you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I started using this, and the difference I saw is my brain fog. I'm just amazed that my numbers I can recall
Yes.
names. I can recall.
Yes. Yeah. I love that, Claire, where you know how you walk into a room and you're like, why did I come here? Or you can't, something's on the tip of your tongue. This helps you with cognitive, it's, clinically studied to help you with cognitive ability. So you can now have memory recall, which is really fun.
Yes, that's one significant side effect for
Mhm. Yes, yes.
Rick,
And,
Rick,
and one of the things that Elaine was saying that I love, like when you have 70% reduction, 70% for GLP-1, it's like being 70% less hungry. Like it's like 70%
Yes.
of the food noise being turned off. And it made me realize previously how much of my day I spent just thinking about food. Like, when am I eating next? What am I eating? Should I have this or should I have this? And I would spend so many hours during the day just kind of going down this rabbit hole of, I think I'll have granola. Should I have yogurt with it? And instead of constantly making a food list, what should I eat next? That noise is all gone. So I
Yeah.
can concentrate. I wonder if that's why we lose brain, we maybe our brain fog was actually spending all this time thinking about food. And now when we get to think about food 70% less, we're able to do something more productive.
Exactly. And that's why I know that this particular protocol, you need to combine it with intermittent fasting, right? And I know that a lot of people struggles with intermittent fasting because I know for a fact, because each time a client comes to me, I ask them, have you done intermittent fasting? And most of them, majority of them will say, yes, but I cannot sustain it. I get hungry. I ended up eating. And then when I'm done with my fasting, I eat everything because I'm so hungry. Right?
That
So
used to be me. Yeah.
exactly. That's why, this is amazing with this product because then you're able to prolong that fasting state without getting hungry, without like the hunger hormones barking at you. You need to eat, you need to eat, you need to eat, because it's just quieting those hunger hormones with the help of this protocol that we are drinking. So the minute you wake up in the morning, as soon as you mix that tea, started drinking it, that hunger goes away. Instead of like reaching for that bagel or reaching for that orange juice, which will then spike your glucose and then your insulin, and then you're gonna have those crashes in the afternoon. So it's gonna be like a yo-yo effect. It's like an EKG tracing, right? Up and down, up and down, where there's like those spikes. So this will help prevent those spikes so that it will help prevent the insulin resistance, which is I love about this. And ever since I started the protocol, I've been doing the intermittent fasting and I've been skipping breakfast, and I'm not missing it.
Mm-hmm. It's
Right?
more like the freedom that you get from it is you think like, oh, people, when they first hear about this, they're like, oh, skip breakfast. Well, but I love breakfast. We've been trained by Kellogg's that breakfast is the most important meal of the day because they're trying to sell us breakfast cereal. But when you take that marketing piece out of it, most people really aren't that hungry for breakfast. You just feel like you've been told that you're supposed to eat something. But when you just casually skip breakfast, you're drinking this yerba mate tea. Instead, you just bypass breakfast and you really don't even notice. And then the medical fiber, what that does is it keeps you from overeating. So if I'm going to sit down with a big giant plate of food, but I have the fiber blend before I have dinner or meal, I find that I kind of end up pushing my plate away. Same thing. It tastes delicious. It still tastes good. I just don't overeat because I feel full. The signal is also sent to my brain naturally with the fiber, like, hey, you're good. You don't need to keep eating.
Exactly. And I love that benefit of this product that I don't just keep before, like after eat, I even go to the pantry, go to the refrigerator and see what's out there and then start snacking, even if you're already full, right?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Who among you are like that too? Comment down below. And I know there's a lot of us like that before. Well, for me, that's before because I don't do that now. I'm really cutting to either once or twice meal a day. So it's really stretching my fasting period to that. So which is pretty amazing. Have
Mhm.
you had that benefit, Claire? Have you seen that when you started using the product?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I drink the balance in before big meals,
Yeah.
and my lunch I will not finish it because I'm already half full.
Full.
It's hard. And it's
Exactly.
good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are watching, or if you're gonna be watching this on a replay, and if something just sparked your curiosity, or there's something that you wanted to find out about what is this, and if you're feeling that nudge, just maybe there's more out there for you. So we'd love to invite you to share this opportunity and just explain, just listen in, and see if this is the something that you're looking for. I'm sure that a lot of you are looking for something that's will improve your health, your family's health, and your friends, your patients, whoever it may be, or your biggest why. So we are inviting you to join us or send us a message, and we can invite you to a call so that we can explain how it works, and if you can decide if there's something that that you will be willing to do, and that you're going to fulfill your purpose, right?
Mhm. Yeah, and the main question, Elaine, that I am asked are, how will I know what to do in this business? So part of what happens when you join the business is that we teach you how to do all of the social media. We have scripts. We have an entire way for people to learn exactly what to do, and you're not ever alone in doing it. So maybe you've never done something like this before, and you are like, I don't even know where I start. We'll show you. We'll show you where to start. We'll walk with you, show you how to do it. And so that someone who's been in nursing is able to just follow the steps in order to build the business. And we have plenty of examples of success and proof that they're able to come in and replicate what we're doing in teaching people about insulin resistance and intermittent fasting and fiber. And when people get microwave like results instead of, crockpot results over time, they get pretty quick results. It helps them to be able to share and want to share. Often we see people that are noticeably different. So you will be unrecognizable in 90 days. If you're not, you just get your money back. But people will be asking you what you're doing. And we would rather you refer the people to it as you use the product. So it's really a simple referral program that we have, and very duplicatable and just really enjoyable. It's the best time. I'm having the best time of my life.
Yeah, that's really, you hit it in the nail, Amarie. And one thing that I also like about the company, the program, the leaders that we have here, is because you are never alone.
Mhm.
Like, once you decided to join the business, you are never alone. The leaders are always there and guiding you, holding your hand, right, Claire, on
Yes.
how to reach out, or like how to be able to be successful in the business. And it's so easy, it's so simple. So
Mhm.
it's just a matter of like knowing your purpose and knowing your why. And if your health is your purpose, you want to help a lot of people, I recommend this for you. This is for you.
Mhm.
And comment info if you want some information about this, so we can reach out to you and we can talk more on the side about this. And do you have any more other things that we haven't discussed that you want to share?
I would just say that I feel like this is one of the best purposes that I've found in my life, besides being a parent. I've done a lot of things in my career, and this one takes the cake. I've always wanted to work with people, always wanted to make a difference in their life, and I've done so in different ways throughout my career. And there's nothing that I've done up until now that has made as much of a difference as what I'm doing right now. And all I'm doing is copying and pasting exactly what the leaders in this company are doing and the people who have been successful. And I have found more success in the last year in this business than I have seen in terms of trajectory. I just can't even, I have to pinch myself
Mhm.
every day to realize that this is real. And and so there's seats at the table, and I love working with nurses because nurses have this fire and passion and dedication and heart that that you really see in nurses, like every nurse, right? And sometimes that has been dimmed a little bit because the grind has taken over. And so I love it when they start to see that again and really perk up and step into the purpose that they originally were designed to heal with, help people heal. And so it's been a really fun year, that's for sure. And we're just getting ready. So
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait, when it explodes, because I know it's still a lot of,
Nobody knows about this right now. I mean, that's what I feel like the place is. It's that it's completely not saturated at all. So people don't know about this. And we're looking for help. We're looking for people who want to share what we're doing and be able to educate people on what we're doing and really do it quickly. 93% of people in North America are metabolically unhealthy. So the problem is big, and we have a solution to our biggest problem. And we want to be on the front lines of providing people with care and that solution.
That's right. So, folks out there, if you love helping people, but you want to do it in a new way, you belong here. And we are building a movement of heart led leaders. And so, come find your purpose beyond the bedside. So, we want to see you here, and we cannot wait to talk to you soon. So, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you, Amarie, Megan, Claire, for all the time that you have spent with us tonight. This is truly, truly inspiring and amazing. And I just hope that for those of you who are watching, are finding it very informative and purposeful about this live tonight, that you will find the time to just check it out and see what this business has to offer for you.
Yeah, so true, so true. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me here. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and good night, everyone. All right.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.